Kiva777 here once again. So I was flipping around YouTube, just surfing, and I was thinking, okay, I finally actually started subscribing to people. Remember, if you like someone on YouTube, you should subscribe to them. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You understand? Subliminal messaging. Subscribe. Anyways, I was flipping around. I was like, oh, who did I like that I haven't subscribed to yet? I'm like, oh, Johnny Durham 19. So I found him and I subscribed, and then I was looking around and I was like, oh, hey, look, that's a pretty cool video of my secret. I wonder what that's about. So I checked it out, and it was Johnny had a secret box, and he had like secret hidden things, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I decided, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I should tell everyone about my memory box, which is this giant Rubbermaid container filled with all this stuff that I think is just so cool and I absolutely love, and I just decided I would go through it and give you guys like my opinions of everything as I found it. But the thing is, I have a lot of stuff in here, so much that I can't possibly do a video doing it all unless I did like a ton of them, and sometimes I don't really have anything to say. So what I did was I went through the box, and I'm actually going to put things back in as I go because I took things out. And what I did was I took out things that were really, really important for me. So we're going to start going from last year. And this is my Maritime pass, my 3-day pass, and as you can see in the bottom, on the back, maybe you can see it, you can see 2 points and stuff. Those were my geek points. You got geek points for everything, like if you knew the names of a bunch, if you won a trivia event, or just if you won any of the events, you won geek points. At the end, you won a big prize. Now, I only ended up having about 6 geek points, so I obviously wasn't the biggest dork there. I also didn't do many like challenge events. I just kind of went to a lot of panels. So, but yeah, my very first day in Maritime. I'm really excited about this coming year, 2008. I'm actually driving. I have like 3 of these, but I'm just gonna show you my one from last year. My my Maritime Conference Youth Forum thing. I love Youth Forum. I do it every year. It's because of Youth Forum that I decided what I wanted to do with my life, which is I'm actually going to become a minister. I don't know if I ever said that on YouTube before, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do with the United Church of Canada. So that's pretty cool. This is my volunteer pass and pin from when Port Hawkesbury built the Civic Center. I was a volunteer and I got to help people out, and it was like my very first real volunteer thing outside of the church, and I thought that was pretty cool. This makes me happy but really sad. It's actually the only CD case you'll find in my memory box, and it's Doc Walker. And it's not like it's my first CD or anything. But what happened was one year they were going to be playing at the Granville Green, which is a free concert series that we have in Port Hawkesbury. And I really wanted to see them. But the night before they were playing, my mom's cousin was getting married. And the whole family was invited. My brother didn't want to go. And I was like, oh, cool, a wedding, I'll go. So we went and we stayed at the wedding, at the reception until it was over. So that was like 4 in the morning. And then everyone decided they wanted to do the early bird breakfast, which meant we had to be at breakfast for like 7, so we had to be up at 6. So I actually didn't sleep, and then I tried sleeping in the car on the way home, and then I got home and I kind of laid down on the couch and I passed out. So I missed Doc Walker, and that was in July. Now, in August, my parents came and they gave me the CD, which I thought was awesome. And I opened up the CD, and I have the band's autographs. So I missed seeing them live, but I have their autographs. So it was a really bittersweet thing. I'm like, oh, awesome, I have their CD. Oh my god, I have their autograph. I didn't get to meet them. It's the same thing. I went to see Joel Plaskett, and I ended up getting a t-shirt there. And I ended up seeing him live, but I didn't get to meet him. So it's kind of sad. This is one of the golden eggs from when I did Into the Woods. I don't know why I chose this as one of my most important things, but I think it's just because I have like little things I've stolen from different plays I've done, and this was just the most easy to explain, which is the golden egg from the goose. So it's golden egg. This is my tree trunk thing. I went to this camp called Sonship Earth. It was a nature camp, and everyone had to put their name on one side, and a little plant on the other, and or like an animal or whatever. And the thing was that they gave you this when you got accepted to the camp, and you had to finish it before you arrived. So I thought it was pretty cool. I couldn't really draw that well, so I did that. There was like people who were like, they had like foxes and everything. I liked it. It was a really fun camp, and it was actually the very first. No, it was the only summer camp I ever went to. I've gone to like brownie camp and stuff like that, but it's not the same, you know. This was like, you know, going to camp. It's really my very first time I got to go, you know, hiking and canoeing and like helping the planet and learning about the planet. And I think this is what really inspired me to want to do, you know, like go do ISV this summer, you know, do conservation work and go hiking and stuff. Like I love being active despite what some people think. I love being active, and I love, you know, helping the planet. So I think this was my first step in wanting to help the world. So everything's my first step in something. Okay. I got second place in the science fair when I was in grade 8. The project was the eating habits of different birds outside of my window. I watched them for 2 months to see how many different birds came to our bird feeder. And we had like 3 different bird feeders. It was a very insane thing. And I did it both in English and in French. Alors c'était tellement chic. I got to regionals and I didn't place, but I think it's just because I didn't know where to place it, and I ended up putting in life sciences, and I don't think it really was supposed to be in life sciences. But I mean, I worked really hard, and I got second place. It's actually one of the few awards I've actually won on my own. I won a speech fest when I was in grade 10, but I don't have that award here. I keep it on my award shelf at home, but I keep this in here because there was nowhere else to put it. I actually have a medal too. Okay, this is my tail from when I went to see cats with my friends. And this is really cool because it started out as a tiny, tiny little braid, and then I braid the braids together. And then from that, I just kept circling it with like this really thin eyelash. See how thin that is? And then I made it into this giant tail. And I wore it to Anna Maritime, I wore it to When I Said Cats, I wore it to the last Harry Potter movie. I love my tail. Alright, I'm almost right out of time. Okay. This is my boarding pass from when I went to Toronto. It was the first and only time I've been on a plane so far. So it's really important to me. I'm probably going to end up putting all my like Australian stuff in here. It's going to be like, oh, look, my boarding pass from Australia, which I will show you guys when I get it. But yeah, my very first flight ever. And last but not least is my tail from the very first time I played Jeu de Guerre. Jeu de Guerre is the coolest game in the world. What happens is you go into 2 teams, like the red team and the blue team, or whatever, red team and black team. Anyways, you paint red and black. So you paint your face, one red team, black team, and you all have, you each have a base, and you have your tail stuck in your pants. And what happens is if someone tags you, then what you have to do is you have to fight to get their tail, and whoever gets the tail first wins. If someone falls over, you restart the fight, and if you both grab the tail at the same time, you restart the fight. And then once you get someone's tail, then you hold their tail, they take their tail, and you lead them to prison, and you give them back their tail. And if they get freed by a member of their team who isn't captured, then, you know, starts all over again. It's the most insanely fun thing. You just kind of, you rush at each other, and then you're just this big, massive fight. Jeu de Guerre, the war game. It's so awesome. Actually, at my school we called it French War because Jeu de Guerre is a game that we used to play at French camp. So, I'm out of time, and those are my most prized possessions. Well, actually, they're just the coolest things that are in my memory box. I'm sure I have some stuff that are more prized to me than that. But I'll get to you later, and with a normal update to my life. And thanks to Johnny Durham 19 for the idea. Bye!